Hi, everybody. This is a short video on how to do benchmarking analysis or any type of more complex analysis with the Inven platform. You want to start with the chat as you always do in Inven and just here write what you want to do. For example, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and do I want to do EBITDA margin analysis on, let's say, the HVAC installation market in Europe. Give me benchmarks of typical pure player EBITDA margins. This is a classic example of how you want to treat the Inven UI. You just write into the chat what you want to do. Now, our most advanced users are actually running multiple workspaces simultaneously. So you're running your analysis on the EBITDA margin, but you might have another project simultaneously on the, let's say, sales team efficiency. So I want to do an analysis for sales team efficiency, let's say revenue per sales team member in the SaaS space in London. Whatever it is that you're trying to do your benchmarking on. These are very consulting heavy use cases, but it's done a lot by our in-house strategy team customers as well. And now we'll have multiple of these analyses running here simultaneously. But let's go look at our previous analysis that we were doing. So what it's doing here first, it's choosing the companies that you want, that makes sense here, and it's going through them one by one. So it's saying, hey, we're having mixed pure play and manufacturers. Most companies don't have EBITDA coverage, as in all countries, you don't have to report it. Some show that weird data points that happens because companies have to report different things in different countries. So it's kind of cleaning that data up for you and going through and finding the ones that actually make sense like a human would, because that's the reality of data. It's often messy. And then it's running SQL, it's running all kinds of things to get that analysis done. Let's go check on our sales efficiency analysis here simultaneously. Here, data seems much clearer. It's found the data points to use. SaaS seems logical, looks good. Running some analysis. Okay, let's see what we start getting. Both of these make sense. It used to be that the gold standard was the tools to give you instantaneous results. That has changed a lot with Claude. These days, the best in class solutions in reality take quite a long time to run. And that's because inference with LLMs has become a much bigger thing with the latest tools in use. So in this case, we have to go through 6,400 HVAC installation companies and check, hey, is this actually a really good fit? And this requires a lot of running through different LLMs and a lot of analysis of our data. So the best in class has shifted. From 3 years ago, the standard was that we needed data now and we need it immediately. These days, you actually want LLMs to kind of run through the data for a while so you can really be sure that, hey, something has actually been happening there. And that's what we're seeing right now. It's really going through a lot of companies and kind of checking that the data is consistent and robust. Without these checks, in practice, you will end up with a data set that's not really a great one. But let's see what we start doing. One of the cooler new features that we have these days is creating graphs for companies, which is probably the result that's right now it's working on. Because if I ask for something like EBITDA margin analysis, a logical way of showing that is through a kind of graph of some kind. Okay, it decided to do a very high end for us. Obviously, there's a lot of these companies, and you get a lot of data for different countries of, okay, what are we seeing here for the median? So to be honest, I was not originally thinking of taking 6,400 companies, so I'll adjust this slightly. I want 10 great benchmarks, not 6,400. Give me 10 perfect PE-backed ones that I can benchmark against. So whatever it is that you have in mind, typically you want to have it in your original query. Sometimes you just don't do it. You don't think of it immediately. So you want to iterate it and continue iterating it. And that's the best way to get the results. I'm going to hop back to my previous sales efficiency analysis that I was doing. Let's see what we start getting. Median revenue per sales head, 1.3 million. Okay, average 2.2. These look like correct figures. Let's see what it did here. It took London-based SaaS software companies, identified a cohort with over 20 employees and over 3 people in sales staff, make sales, and took the reported revenue, divided by sales headcount. Okay, these figures make sense in London. Okay, let's say for my analysis, I want to compare this to public US comps, and it will do it based on that. Whatever company data you want to analyze, our software is amazing at it because we have so much company data that the LLMs can work through. And we've built a lot of skills like benchmarking, one pagers, whatever it is that you want to create, so that our AI knows how to use the data as well. These were some of the more complex use cases that you can do with the Inven platform. But if you have something in mind and you can't figure out how to do it, ping our team because we're really good at helping you out with these. Let me know if any questions come up. Cheers.